Hello, and welcome to the Wise Way to Success podcast. And today I have a special episode. It's about fear and how not to give into it. So let's start by talking about what is anxiety's best friend. That would be avoidance. So what we do when we feel stressed or anxious or fearful about something, we avoid what we're scared of. I will give you a personal example. So I had a really big elevator phobia. In my mind, the elevator was going to get me stuck and I was never going to get out. So what would I do? I avoided going in. The problem with avoidance behavior is, although it feels good because you're avoiding it, you don't have to give into it, it doesn't solve the problem, which is I'm still scared of what I'm avoiding. So I would be the one that would take the stairs and not go into that elevator because I didn't want to get stuck in it. So if you're driving, please don't do this right now, but I'm going to ask you to challenge your fear. So here is a great strategy to do it. Take a paper and write down, what am I scared of? And what about this scares me? Try to understand the fear. Where is it coming from? Why am I scared of it? And as a coach, I'm all about solutions. So then I would ask myself, what can I do? What small step can I do to overcome that fear? What is something in my power, within my control, that could help me overcome this fear? For me, with the elevator, I said to myself, okay, I'm scared of the elevator because there's something about the confinement, about the doors closing, and the thought of it not opening scared me. So what can I do to take my first step into that elevator, not to give into that fear? So I wrote down on my paper, the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to try to go on one floor, just one floor. Sometimes, you look at the thing you're scared of as a really big whole picture. Like, wow, there's 25 floors on that elevator. I know, but I only need to try going on to the first floor, see how that feels. So what you want to do is you want to work towards the fear. You want to move towards it rather than avoid it. By moving towards it, what you're doing is you're actually trying to get past it. There's a great saying, the way out is the way through. And that is the truth. By avoiding what you're scared of, you're actually feeding the fear. You're continuing to let the fear grow rather than to let the fear go. So I'm going to ask you to figure out, what is one thing I can do to get past my fear so I can be free? I think it's super important that we try to live a life where we don't try to control things. We don't try to control outcomes and try to control, well, if I don't do this, this won't happen. Because control is an illusion. Yes, we have some control over things, but most things we have absolutely no control over. So I'll give you a really funny quick story. As I said before, I had an elevator phobia. I was scared to go into an elevator. So what did I do? I took the stairway. This is actually a true story. I took the stairway and I actually got locked in the stairway, which means the one thing I was trying to control by not going into the elevator ended up happening in another way, proving that control doesn't really exist. Just because I don't do this doesn't mean that won't happen. The best advice I can give you actually is to let go of control, to let go of trying to control things that ultimately we can't really control, so we can be free. So I'm going to ask you to challenge those thoughts, challenge the fear. Fear is a bully. Fear is like that, that bully that will say, give me $5 or I'll beat you up. So what do? You give them the $5. Yes, you feel that sense of relief. Like, whew, okay, I gave them the $5. They're not going to beat me up. But what happens to that bully? They come back for $10. And then you give them that $10 and you have that sigh of relief. Okay, well, now they're not going to hurt me because I gave them that $10. And then they come back for more. That is the problem with negotiating with a bully. You're not going to win. You will not win if you negotiate with bullies. So I say, don't negotiate, even with your inner bully. If your inner bully is telling you, don't you dare go into that elevator because you're going to get stuck. well, you know what? I want to be free. I don't want to be controlled by anything or anyone. The way out is the way through. You need to face your fears. You need to give in to them. And as we know, fear has two meanings. The word fear, F-E-A-R, stands for two things. Forget everything and run, or face everything and rise. You have a choice. We always have a choice. Do I let my fear control me, or do I let it go? So take that in. Next time you say to yourself, oh, I can't do that. Oh no, if I do that, this is going to happen. Oh no, I don't like that. That scares me. Oh no, I won't go here. Oh no, I won't take that trip because I don't want to fly. The next time you give in or think about something that scares you, challenge it, overcome it, and take a small step to let it go so you are free. So I'm Robert Wise, wishing you a very wise day, a fearless day. Have a great one.